After the Central Freeway was damaged in the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake, the question arose, what to do with the Central Freeway? It seemed half the city wanted the freeway torn down in order to revitalize the neighborhood, while the other half of the city wanted the freeway replaced in order to restore the transportation link they had relied upon for so many years. This is a story about how those differences were reconciled, giving us the project we have today that both moves traffic but restores the character to the neighborhood. Freeways have long been a controversial subject in San Francisco. Freeways were a sign of the times in the 1950s and 60s, and many residents and civic leaders supported the construction of them. However, freeways required a lot of land, and San Francisco is not a place with a lot of land. A freeway revolt erupted in San Francisco as plans for a crosstown freeway were revealed. The northern section of the Central Freeway was severely damaged during the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake. The Gough and Franklin Street ramps were immediately closed after the quake and never reopened. Eventually, the ramps were demolished between 1991 and 92. In the midst of the public process, where future plans for the freeway were being debated, the issue was sent to the ballot box. Not one, but 3 initiatives in 3 separate years were voted upon by the public. A plan to rebuild in the old footprint of the freeway prevailed the first time, but narrowly lost the next 2 times.
I just kept going to meetings for years.
I'm just sitting there remembering back to the Panhandle Freeway fight, which took years, literally years. This is still a little bit of that fight, because this is the section that led to the Panhandle fight. I don't know what the solution should be necessarily, but I do know that as a citizens committee, it is the way to go and the way you have gone.
Ultimately, the Octavia Boulevard Central Freeway plan that we have today was ratified. Caltrans has completed a single-deck, 4-lane elevated freeway that begins at Mission Street and touches down at the southern edge of Market Street. The City of San Francisco's Octavia Boulevard project picks up where the freeway leaves off, delivering traffic to and from the freeway ramps, but preserving the aesthetic integrity of the neighborhood.
Well, Central Freeway carries approximately 90,000 cars every single day. One of our goals from day one was to make sure that the system has the capacity to handle that traffic, because congestion is something that we're always fighting and we're always trying to find solution for. And that facility is designed to do just that in a safe manner, with a safe structure, and also when it comes and lands on Market Street in the city of San Francisco, it has a pleasing and aesthetic view of an Octavia Boulevard, a gateway to the city. So that is a perfect example of a context-sensitive solution.
That's one of the reasons why I like it, is because I think it turned out pretty well from the craftsmanship point of view, as well as the bridge deck where it's supposed to be. So I do think it was one of the better projects that I've done.
On September 9, to see our vision open to our customers with full supports of community and the local agency, that is double and triple the gratitude and appreciation of Caltrans design staff to be part of this project.
It's quite a satisfaction to see the bridge in actual physical shape. It's not only a personal satisfaction, but also I have to acknowledge the involvement of all the people who collaborated on this project, as well as the people who actually put this together, carpenters, iron workers. This is a great professional satisfaction.
All the other traffic challenges and requests with all the local agencies, I reflect back and feel lucky that I was part of it as a resident engineer.
The fascinating concept here is that Alan Jacobs, in his work, essentially rediscovering how boulevards work, has taken a concept from 3 centuries ago and found the relevancy of that concept in the 21st century urban environment. And in doing that, he has done us all a great service, because he's found the essence of what works as far as transportation, surface transportation, in a very dense urban environment. And those concepts and those requirements haven't really changed that much in the last several centuries. The recipe for a great street is as valid today as it was in 1700s Paris. And we have the luck to be able to actually put it into practice today in San Francisco.
Yeah, somebody scratched my name in the sidewalk here. It says, "Thanks, Robin." I think I know who did that. I really appreciate it. And oftentimes I get a lot of credit for this boulevard. I mean, I was the co-chair of the campaigns to replace the freeway with the boulevard, along with Patricia Walkup. Okay, my name is Robin Levin. I know Robert Levin. He lives right down the street from me. I live here in Octavia. We had a lot to do with it, but there were so many people in the community, not just in this neighborhood, but throughout San Francisco, that worked so many years and so hard to make this happen.
I think that the key to this happening and the other not happening was people stuck together. People didn't just think of themselves.
What a paradox. We went through the pain of the freeway revolt, and what a legacy to have this boulevard now. It is a homegrown design that enhances the city, and a classy design that will become an example for others to emulate.
This park here is actually a very successful park. You can see there are a lot of different kinds of users here. We see bicyclists coming through here. We see skateboarders coming through here. We see people walking their dogs. We see people having their lunch. There's a children's play area on the other side of the park. Well, I never thought there were kids in this neighborhood. Now I walk by here at all times of the day. I came by here at 7 o'clock last night, and there were kids all over that play sculpture. So it really is a draw for the neighborhood. It gives the neighborhood some sort of focus. So it really is a great success. And I think it's a nice ending for the boulevard and a nice ending for this sort of saga in the history of San Francisco.
Clearly, on a day like today, or the opening of this freeway, you think about a lot of the people who came forward and helped drive this project, from the community standpoint, from the policy-making standpoint, from the leadership standpoint, both at Caltrans, Public Works, and other city agencies. And a lot of this was risk-taking, and you have to think about that on a day like today, where you're going to look at this beautiful boulevard and you see what can be done with a cooperative relationship with stakeholders, with the bureaucracies, and with the decision makers. And I think about this long process, and it has been a long process, but you have to be satisfied with the end result, and you have to be pleased with the way people stepped up. And that's important in a community like San Francisco, where we allow and we encourage and we foster this kind of decision making and this involvement by our communities.
And just to listen to some of the great ideas that the citizen and the citizens, and to the local agencies, how excited they are. You cannot believe your ear, because, a few years ago, if you come and say we're going to replace a freeway, you expect to be hit by an egg or a tomato. Now they are so excited about opening the freeway. They want to put a banner of which the cars will the mayor's car and the director's car to go through and cut the ribbon open and open the freeway. It just gives you a great feeling that you accomplished something, and everybody around the table love you for it.
I want to just take this opportunity to thank Caltrans. I think Caltrans has been very helpful and very cooperative in this whole process, and Caltrans has tried to work with the city to design a ramp that's a little more neighborhood friendly than the typical ramp. We can see it happening now. It's not open yet, but all the landscaping that's going on at the end of the ramp and trying to blend it in with the cityscape. And it's just been a pleasure working with all the Caltrans people on this. So I want to thank you so much.
Seems like yesterday that we voted on this and voted on it and voted on it 3 times. But we would like to welcome you to the Octavia Boulevard Central Freeway ribbon cutting. Greg's story, this project was all about partnership and collaboration with city agencies, state government, and the commuting, walking, and bicycling riding community. It was all brought about, if you don't know the story, by the Loma Prieta earthquake.
So what do you guys think? This ain't bad. Unbelievable. Who among us longs for the days of standing below a concrete structure with garbage and graffiti strewn underneath? I, for one, do not, and I am very proud to be a San Franciscan today. And I think everybody deserves a tremendous round of applause, because you all know success has a lot of parents, fathers, and mothers. And many of you are here today to enjoy this. Can I say this? Our partners at Caltrans, we appreciate your outstanding work on this.
The Central Freeway was not a Caltrans project. It was a community partnership. A citizens task force was put together to allow the citizens of San Francisco to have a major voice in the design of the new freeway ramp and the boulevard. A project that not only moves over 90,000 cars, relieves congestion, but preserves and enhances the beauty of the local neighborhood. That is partnership, and partnership is the way Caltrans wants to do business.
Cars start going, people are going to say, who's doing the trash, who's dealing with the graffiti. We're going to keep the team together to make sure all of that gets the highest level of attention possible. That's our pledge. That's our pledge.
The great thing about this boulevard is it does balance the needs of all the users, bicyclists, pedestrians, muni riders, residents, with those of drivers. And we're finding with this new boulevard that we don't have to sacrifice neighborhood livability to move traffic in the city. So I really appreciate this boulevard.
It was neighborhoods all over the city and groups all over the city who supported it. And it's wonderful to be a San Franciscan where one neighborhood cares about people in other neighborhoods. So that's what made this a success.
But no mayor, no matter how great they think they are, does anything by themselves. They do it with an extraordinary group of people who live and reside in this city. And that's what helped me be successful in this effort. That's what helped me be successful with the Embarcadero. And I salute the people and the neighborhoods of this city.
What you see before you is a boulevard of dreams. Everyone told us it couldn't happen. Everyone said, you've had one election and you got your butt kicked. Why are you going back to the ballot? I'll tell you why. Because of the belief and the commitment and the heart, and because we know things can get done this way in San Francisco. It can drive us all crazy from time to time, but it really is what San Francisco is about.
Let this not be a boulevard of new dreams, but a gateway to a new template in how San Francisco scribes the way that we conduct land use and planning.
The guidance, as indicated by Art Agnos, the directions, as indicated by the other speakers who've been here, commencing with the mayor, came from one place. It came from Patricia, it came from Rob, and it came from the people. This is not a politician's success. This is a success that we all enjoyed together, that the politicians will include on their literature. Just watch them. But it is, in fact, it is the success of the people of San Francisco, as Patricia said, not just of this neighborhood. Together, we have produced something that is absolutely incredible. There is one final thing, however, that must be done. That damn sign has got to be removed. What do we care about whether or not people find their way outside of this city? Move that damn sign so we can really see the magnificence of this complete boulevard.
First of all, I think that this is a testament to the new relationship, the new way in which in San Francisco we do business with Caltrans. It's a true partnership for project delivery, and not just on this project. And you will see the effects of that unfold before you in the next decade. And I want to thank my partner, my friend, and my partner in this project, Bijan Sartipi, the director of District 4, who really was with us through thick and thin. I know that this is uncharacteristic. This is really a new day for that relationship. I would like to ask my friend and really mentor, Alan Jacobs, to come up and stand with us here. And Elizabeth, come along.
I hold it the greatest honor that a professional can have is to be employed by the city, by the community, that the community has honored me, us, has said, we are going to pay you to do our bidding, our work. That's just an incredible honor. And I want to thank you for giving that to us. Thank you.
Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mr. Mayor, thank you very much.
Yeah, put your seatbelts on. Lead by example. Marcia, tell him to put his seatbelt on.
And so our story ends, from freeway revolt to resolution, from competing interests to consensus. Out of the controversy, a project was built where a modern freeway connects with a tree-lined boulevard that enhances rather than detracts from the neighborhood. This is the new Octavia Boulevard Central Freeway project.